Right, so here we go again, viewers then. The part which really matters to you all is the use of the item. So in case if you connect via Bluetooth as normal, you can see, you probably can't see it very well here, it's saying it's connected to FC30. I do have the NES30 set up on this as well, so I'll show you both controllers so you can take a look. Well, let's start. Since you've seen it already, let's go back to playing a bit of Castlevania. So here we go. Let's have some fun with this. As you can see, it's very simple to use. The only reason I'm not really doing well here is because I'm using the viewfinder to actually play the game. Very difficult to do actually, very, very tricky. And it's dead easy to use. You can flip between the controllers, nice and simple. The buttons are easily reached, they're quite sturdy to play with. It's comfortable in the hand. So it's a nice piece of kit in many ways. Now, the FC30, the one fault I've got with it is, if I put the top, you see the light there. If you actually put the back controller on it, which I'll just do for you now quickly. I say quickly, it's probably going to take about 20 years. Yeah, you can see there, that's now securely in place. You can no longer see the light, so it's a bit of a tricky one for keeping an eye on the power using the FC30, which is somewhat disappointing. But it still plays beautifully well, so as long as you know what your power is when you start the game, you're not really going to have too many problems. Now I'm just going to quickly forget the FC30, and what I'll do is I'll showcase the difference with this one, the NES30. This belongs to my friend Martin Rowley, so thank you very much for letting me use this. These ones, I find that the R buttons aren't as easy to use. They're a bit too hidden at the back for me. It's easier to miss them when you're trying to actually get in there. And as you can see, I'm connected now, so let's go back to Castlevania. So the only reason I'm playing Castlevania is it's one that relies on a lot of changes of direction quite quickly. So it's a good one for showcasing the need to change your direction, change your options. And I'm about to die very shortly. I know, got lucky, managed to find some food. And again, as you can see there, with the protector on, you can see the light on this, so that's got the big advantage for that. The protector though, it's more an aesthetic really, so unless the battery generates lots of heat later on in use, you'll find that you don't really need it. Now, as I said before, side by side, the Famicom one is slightly smaller. I think it's actually a cooler look, to be honest, with the red and the gold rather than the grey and the black, but that's just me personally speaking. I do think the shoulder buttons are more functional on the FC30 because they're a lot smoother and rounder, so hitting them is a lot easier, whereas with the NES one, they don't have the same give. If you look at the side here and compare it to the side on the FC30, the one on the FC30 is just that little more profound and a little more easy to stroke than this one, where it's a bit too angular. But what both pieces of kit have going for them is they're both very substantial pieces. Both feel very strong in the hand. Great button layout, endlessly customizable for multiple different games. You'll probably be able to get away with playing, especially if you're using this on mobile gaming, like on a tablet or on a mobile phone. You'll probably find yourself playing more of the older style console games anyway, where you don't need all the buttons. I reckon you could comfortably have a few bouts on Street Fighter or Mortal Kombat with this and have no problems pulling off the moves. The USB connectivity to a main PC is fantastic. The Bluetooth is incredibly reliable. I mean, just to show you again, absolute speed of response, there's no problem here at all. It's just straight up, in your face, get on with it. It's brilliant. In fact, I could keep doing this all day, so I've got to be careful. So, in short, both pieces of gear are quite expensive when you consider it against some of the other controls on the market. There's those that are based off the Xbox 360 with like fold-out tabs that you can rest your phone on, so you kind of got your phone on top of your pad right there, which would be great for commuting on a train. These have the disadvantage of that you either have to have these lovely stands kind of things for your tablets or your phone, or you have to rest it flat on a table or something like that, so it's not as useful in a portable environment. But I will say that these have a much higher build quality in terms of the actual button functionality. The Bluetooth connection, from what I've seen, is better than most of the consoles but most of the controllers have seen, and more importantly, they're accessible to more platforms from what I've seen as well, so you can use them no matter what you use. In short, the FC30 and the NES30, two beautiful pieces, and what a wonderful way to finish. The only thing I want to do now is get both of these connected and play some Final Fight. Care to join me, Martin? Until next time, viewers, thank you for watching.